During the peak of Hollywood's classic era, there were very few figures who enchanted the public quite like Audrey Hepburn. Known for that radiant grin and the sophisticated grace she displayed in masterpieces like Breakfast at Tiffany's, she appeared to inhabit a world just as enchanting as the movies she starred in. However, beneath the glitz and those legendary portraits, her personal life took a much more intricate and difficult turn. She was a woman of deep affection who wed twice and carried the weight of private sorrows that the cameras never captured. Yet, as she entered the tranquil sunset of her life, a moving reality surfaced. Out of all the high-profile men she had been linked to throughout her career, there was one specific person she stayed devoted to until the end, showing us that the most profound romances often blossom when the spotlight has finally dimmed. To truly grasp the peace she eventually found, we have to look back at her beginnings. By the dawn of the 1950s, Audrey was only just starting to glimpse the massive success on her horizon. Having lived through the brutal reality of World War II, she came to California seeking the simplest of things, a quiet existence and a home of her own. During the production of Sabrina, she crossed paths with the magnetic William Holden. Their attraction was immediate and profound, but it was clouded by a tragic truth. Holden was already tied to another woman, and, in a detail that crushed Audrey, he had undergone a medical procedure that made it impossible for him to father children. Because her ultimate goal was to become a mother, she was forced to make the agonizing decision to leave a man she truly adored. This cycle of longing and loss would become a defining theme in her journey. Following her time with Holden, she entered a marriage with Mel Ferrer, a union rooted in deep intellectualism and a mutual love for the arts. For a period, they were seen as the most sophisticated couple in the industry, and it appeared she had finally secured a sense of permanence, particularly after welcoming her first son, Sean. Unfortunately, the weight of their careers and underlying frictions eventually tore them apart after more than a decade together. She sought happiness once more with an Italian psychiatrist named Andrea Dotti, relocating to Rome for a fresh start and giving birth to her second son, Luca. However, that hope for a new life gradually dissolved into another painful farewell as reports of unfaithfulness began to emerge. It seemed that regardless of how much the public worshipped her, finding a partnership that could endure was her toughest battle. The narrative shifted entirely in the 1980s when Audrey made the choice to retreat from the public eye to prioritize her sons and her mission as a humanitarian with UNICEF. It was during this more peaceful era that she encountered Robert Walders. He was a kind-hearted actor from the Netherlands who preferred a life away from the frantic energy of Hollywood. Their connection wasn't fueled by tabloid gossip or flashy appearances. Instead, it was grounded in common history and a profound, silent admiration for one another. Walders didn't just fall for the cinematic icon. He championed the woman herself, accompanying her to impoverished regions across the globe and acting as her unwavering foundation. Those close to her saw a transformation. Audrey finally appeared at peace and truly comfortable in her own skin. As Audrey's health started to fail in the early 1990s, Robert stayed by her side through every moment. They never saw a reason to officially wed because their commitment to each other was already total. When she left the world in 1993, he was there, holding her hand until the very end. Her story serves as a poignant reminder that even the most famous icons are simply looking for something genuine. The most authentic love isn't always the high-stakes drama we watch on a theater screen. Many times, it is simply the presence that remains when the curtain falls. If you enjoyed this look into the private world of a Hollywood legend, please be sure to stick around for more of these classic stories. I'd love to know which of Audrey's movies you find yourself coming back to time and time again, so drop a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you in the next one.